Oh my gosh. Yo, he scraped pegs on the... Yo! That's different. All right, man, you two guys. Y'all usually ride in this area?
No, we live towards Jackson, so 2 hours away.
Oh, dang, so y'all hold on, y'all rode up to Nashville.
Well,
No,
I live with Nashville.
Okay.
I drove to his place last night.
Okay.
2 hour drive from here back to our house.
Sheesh. Look up Vic_the biker, Vic_the_biker. Send me a message and we'll try to link up next time they have an event. We'll try to link up, do some content, man, and ride out.
Said like that or Vic?
Vic. I'm sorry.
I have earplugs on, so it's hard to hear.
Vic. _the.
Waiting on. All right, get on there.
All right. All right, guys. Didn't get a chance to get on the CB Hornet 1000 SP, but we are on the 650. Oh, the CB650R. And yeah.
At some point, when you're shifting up through the gears, again, don't forget, don't use the clutch and hold the throttle steady when you're shifting up.
Yeah.
And you'll notice how smooth it is. There's not going to be any bucking or jerking. You don't even have to do this to shift. It's great.
Okay.
You'll see.
I look forward to doing that, so we're going to pull the brake in. Put it in first. I let go of the brake, it's not going nowhere. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is gonna be interesting. You know, we're gonna do our best to be safe, because I think she got, yeah, she's a little temperament. That initial torque off the line is kind of crazy. So that's one thing I'm gonna have to get used to. I don't know if it has different modes. Yeah, I'm sitting in first gear. That's wild. And there's talks of them bringing this technology to the 1000RR, which will incorporate a quick shifter. Now he's implored me not to use the clutch. However, I feel like it's more tactile when you have the clutch. But I'm gonna give it a chance. Oh man. You do have to manually shift. Now, this does have the free play of a typical 600 cc. Oh my gosh. Yo, he scraped pegs on the. Yo! But this has the kind of like the free play in the throttle of a typical 600. It's very comfortable. And when I say free play, I'm talking about like how much twist before you feel the throttle do its thing. The seat's comfortable. It grabs the butt. Pause. I feel more comfortable, you know, keeping my thighs on the tank on this one. Tip in is so easy. That's typical on these naked bikes with the handlebars, the geometry. It's so suited for city driving. Like I said, I like my 1000 RR, but I wouldn't mind a naked bike. And I'm gonna hold you, this 650R is nice. Now I wouldn't mind this in like a 750. Or like in the 1000 application, like if the Hornet had an E-clutch. I would tell you right now, I think that'd be awesome because you know it's gonna be a little more aggressive than this bike. But I think it would just add to the functionality and make it much more of a rider's bike. And I think with the electronic throttle, which I do believe it has, it won't feel as twitchy. And maybe with some tuning, that bottom end, like mind you, I'm in second gear, which is usually less twitchy than first on throttle input, and it's still kind of like, you know, just a little jerky. Still just a little jerky. Oh my God, with the 1000 RR. Now I know the E-clutch is most definitely working in tandem with the quick shifter, and the reason why I say that is because I'm expecting some type of, you know, burbles or something on upshift, but you don't get that. They're synchronized to work together, where the sensor of the quick shifter lets the E-clutch know to pull out just enough to allow you to shift without damaging the clutch, thus not damaging your transmission.
You're a new ride, aren't you? That's nice gear. Got your build jacket, build helmet, your Sedici gloves. But that's so last generation. Like, what kind of boots are those, man? Who's riding that? You know what? Snap your fingers. Go ahead, snap your fingers. Now that's what I'm talking about. The bodyguard hoodie and the license to ride pants by MBT. Here's the discount code. Ride safe. 2 down, let go.
So yeah, I like that. Super smooth. Now on the downshifts, that's typical Honda. Like that's typical Honda downshifts. Very solid clunk, but not in a bad way. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I've kind of gotten used to the no clutch so far. Like it's kind of, it kind of helps you just ride in the city kind of smooth. Like you don't have to keep grabbing the clutch as much as you would, reducing hand fatigue in your left hand. Even though I do want to grab that clutch. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do want to grab my clutch. Now the engine braking, when you get to full throttle off, it almost feels non-existent, and that's because I'm more used to 1000. I'm so used to when I'm doing my engine braking, using the clutch, like and feeling the engine braking. When I'm decelerating, so that might be the reason why it feels so vague. God damn it. Not a lot of room on these back roads to cut up, get like that. I'm so used to so much more. Let me bring it down the gear. So much more engine braking and feeling it through the clip-ons or the handlebars in this situation. And it kind of lets me know what's going on with the bike. However, I've been riding my CB650R for about 2 years now, so I know that bike. With this one, I'll probably have to learn, you know, what it's capable of. She ain't no slouch though. She is no slouch. Ooh, that gold wing. I did want to ride a gold wing, just didn't get an opportunity to. However, shout out to Aaron for reaching back out, man. When I asked about being able to film, put it in neutral. There we go. Yeah, see, I grabbed the clutch and I almost stalled. And she got a little pep to her step, you know. She don't slouch, and I will say this, it's super smooth. The upshifts are crazy smooth, man. They're crazy smooth. Now, okay, I feel more of the engine braking out here. I guess at low speeds you don't really feel a lot of it, but out here, yeah, you really feel that engine braking. Something serious. Right here in the thigh, so that's good. That's comforting. A part of riding and learning a bike is knowing when it's engaged, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that confidence you get when you're engine braking or you're accelerating. So you can control your bike as you manage your turns, you manage obstacles. And I was worried, or rather concerned, that you wouldn't get a lot of that feel, but if you're out here, where you gotta really get on it, you know, 30, 40 miles an hour, you can feel it for sure. And that's comforting to know. I like that. Yeah, those downshifts remind me of the slipper clutch I have on my CBR. When I get below a certain RPM, I'm able to do that. Now these are a little bit more forward, so I am kind of leaning forward a little bit, and I'm on my hands. As far as the weight, now it says it has a 12,500 RPM airline. It is an inline 4. So I'm wondering, in typical Honda fashion, once you get over to 8K, will she really come alive, or does it come alive more so about 7K? Because on the double R, about 8K is when she really kicks in the gear and starts feeling the power. Now I'm going up here and smooth. So if you just want to coast and cruise, man, you can do that. But I will change these grips. These grips are not comfortable. And that's from somebody who uses GP grips. These are about as hard as GP grips. I would go with some Domino street grips just to increase the comfort. Our lead rider, he actually does track days. So he's doing it to be funny. He's being facetious. But yeah, 44 miles an hour. It is what it is. Now, I can feel everything in this road. Like, and with me being a bigger dude, maybe the 650 wouldn't be the way to go for me or for my bigger guys. Just because the shock, the suspension, probably wouldn't handle our weight that well without doing some upgrades, you know, upgrading the shock. Probably some better tires, like some Road 6s, which I'm a huge fan of. I've been riding on my CBR double R all this summer, and the tread's barely wearing down, so that's a good commuter tire. So if you're getting something like this, Road 6s would be the way to go. Michelin, reach out, you know what I'm saying, show me some love. And the brakes are super grippy. Well, you probably could. Did it just run me with shit downshifts? Because that RPM I was in? That's crazy. I just had to look down as we slowing down before the light turned green. So I'm wondering if it flashed at you when you get high in the red range. Oh my gosh. This is a nice view. Dude, I'm going to come right down here, man. And hopefully you can hear me pretty good over the wind. If not, I'll do a voiceover. But yeah, man. Nice bike. I probably will reposition the handlebars because of my height. You notice they're kind of lower than my shoulders. And on the Hornet, I think the Hornet set about shoulder height. Not bad for 199. Not bad at all. Looks like you put new parents on this car, though.
And I did. I got tired of this look, so I hit up Aquamarts. Use this code to save yourself some money. Look good for this night or the day. 2 down.
And I got a bone to pick what you got. You Honda? big dudes on the Hornet 1000. Now I would say this, I think at the lower RPMs, real quick, and I'm gonna go back to my bone to pick with Honda. Notice on the lower RPM, when I was slow shifting it, if you just barely nudging it, it'll probably be a little clunky. And that's probably because the software is trying to determine, are you truly trying to shift or not? So I think that's more of the user, not fully committing to the shift, than the software. For Honda, all these goddamn quick shifters on all these other bikes, but we can't get them on a double R. Granted, this works in tandem with the E-clutch, cool. But we can't get them on a double R? Really? Really? Alright, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. Let's enjoy the views. Children, Saturday school function. I was wondering why they didn't go to 5 o'clock, but I realized the dealership closes when they close. So it's not that the demo days wouldn't go longer, it's just the dealership closed when they close. And I guess that's a Mississippi thing, because the Suzuki dealership next door, they closed. I was going to grab some content in between waiting. But it worked out. Shout out to Aaron with the Honda team. He's a project manager. And he reached out, and shout out to you, man. I'm glad I came. Honda. Uh-oh. I think you got something here. Just a little bit more refinement. And I think we'll be ready for the double R, man. I would love to ride that. Once you guys get it dialed in on the double R, and then yeah, I need you to either dispel or confirm the return of the Blackbird. Cause yeah, us big boys need a big boy bike. It's not a gold wing, you know. We like the gold wing. We think it's dope. But the boots have been sitting around, and the ZX14 has been pretty much unchanged forever. Aww. And I really know who it is. I know my S bike. The goal we about to overtake. And 600 ain't no joke, man. Honestly, I would love to do a demo by myself where I could really get on this highway and cut up. You can't overtake anybody, you know, safety concerns. And you don't want to break the law. However, if I had my way, I'd run this mug out, bro. We get to that 12,000 RPM line. I wonder if this thing has cruise control. I'm pretty sure the Goldwing does. I wonder if this has cruise control.
As you guys know, when I got my bike running, it looked like American cheese, no hamburger. Beat up, broken down, busted looking, and I couldn't keep riding like that because your bike's an extension of yourself, and who wants to ride on an ugly bike? Nobody. So what I did was what I want you guys to do is head over to ockmarch.com, use my discount code, save yourself some money, and get you a sweet set of fairings. I chose the custom colors of matte black with the red satin, and as you see, she looks so pretty. I do have the matching fuel tank cover, but the fuel tank got to get prepped for that. So use my discount code, save yourself some money.
That would be, oh man. Cruise control on the 650. On a naked. And of course I do want to ride the 750, it's a parallel twin. Yeah, my hand is starting to hurt. Even though I'm not as hunched up forward as my CB650R, I'm able to lay on the tank and bring the weight off my horn on my hand, and then my arm hangs. So most definitely I would. Change grips and probably go with a more upright handlebar. Try to take the weight, just kind of make it more shoulder height, bring it up some. So the cool thing about the naked is that weightless feeling you get. Unlike with a Super Sport where you're laying on the tank, you feel like you're one with the machine. Because you're laying on the tank, moving your body. This one, you feel more so, your body's just out in the open. So that's the only thing I would do is most definitely change. Okay, we're trying here. Okay. I want to see if it'll let me know to. Yep, downshift. Yeah, it warned you. Okay. I want to see it. Of course, I get an exhaust. Open up the exhaust. For sure. Get some more sound out of her. A little bit more power. More power. Now that's one thing you have to be note of if you're riding in E-clutch mode. You can't rev. You can't stop and rev without engaging the clutch, and then you have to put back in neutral to put it back in E-clutch mode. I'm not gonna hold you. I'd be interested to see what this would do with a tune. Exhaust, stacks, filter, a tune. I'd be interested to see what that would do with the E-clutch. Like how much power could the E-clutch handle? And that's another thing. That's one thing I would have as a question for Honda. You're like, oh, we're E-clutch 1000 double R. Okay, well, people get those tuned. How much power could the sensor handle, and how much, you know, how durable would it be in those applications where we're looking for quick shifts for track purposes? Yes, track purposes. That bird just hit the hell out of my shoulder. Now that time when it slowed down, it's kind of like juddering a little bit.
You're a new ride, aren't you? That's nice gear. Got your build jacket, build helmet, your Sedici gloves. But that's so last generation. Like, what kind of boots are those, man? Who's riding that? You know what? Snap your fingers. Go ahead, snap your fingers. Now that's what I'm talking about. The Bodyguard hoodie and the License to Ride pants by MBT. Here's a discount code. Ride safe. 2 down, let go.
As it was decelerating. Which is the concern you could have, you know, of course you could have a concern about adding so much more electronic aids or electronic applications. Will it always be smooth? You know, these things are man-made, and this is new technology. So there's room for improvement, refinement. I can't say though I do look forward to seeing the applications Honda can do with this. Because would they use this in MotoGP, or would MotoGP allow it? That could give you kind of an edge. You know, you ain't got to touch that clutch if you don't want to, unless you absolutely had to. And could it get it as refined as the mechanical feel of using the clutch? Because being able to modulate your throttle and your clutch, I'm pretty sure that's a big thing about, you know, being a MotoGP rider. Knowing how much input you want to, you know, have on the throttle, how much input you want to take out on the clutch. When you're going around those corners or those curves, you're trying to pass somebody. Could the E-clutch change the game and make Honda a dominant force? I don't know if they're competing. I need to double check. I think they are, but I'm not sure. That would be interesting to see. Could Honda's E-clutch be the magnetic ride control of the bike world, where the magnetic ride control from GM was so good that Ferrari was putting on their vehicles. I'm about to grab the clutch again. Come on, Sheriff, get out the way. We're having fun. Yeah, she's real noisy around between the 2,000 and the 4,000 RPM range in first gear. That could be fixed with tuning. You know, Honda does a bass tune to kind of accommodate most geographical areas, with the ECU being able to kind of make minor adjustments, you know, depending on altitude and climate and stuff like that. So with a solid tune for this area, yeah. Now, despite my hands hurting, my butt feels fine. Like, this is still a comfortable seat. Even though it's not a very wide seat, it's not super wide. Like a Ducati Monster, you know, I rode that here on the channel. It's still a comfortable seat. Well, daggum time. Really, Dodge? I was about to grab that clutch. Guys. I want to ride that so bad. And it seems like it's more aggressive than this. But just as. So I would probably change the handlebars on that too. If I'm making something like this a daily rider for me, it's gotta be shoulder level or close enough to it. Better or smooth though. This is nice. Forgive the yawns, I'm still a little tired from work. Imagine working from 8:30 to it's about 6:30, getting home about 8. I'm trying to get, take care of business, get a nap in. That's different. I noticed I didn't pull the clutch. And that's what I'm talking about, the refinement. So, granted, most people who get this are not going to haul ass all the time. They're not doing that. However, if you feel choose to haul ass, that right there is not what you want to happen. That woke me up. I guess the bike was like, you talking shit. I got something for your ass. I got something for your ass. Oh man, too bad. She got some life in it though. Alright guys, so there you have it. Price at $9,399 plus $600 destination charge. Of course we caught some bugs. Oh man, it's a bee. Is that a bee? It's a bee. Oh damn. I like this look. I think this will look cool on the Hornet 1000. Something like this. With some of that aggressive styling, like this part right here, the intakes integrated into there. You see it's right here on the sides. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Ride safe and 2 down.
That thing sucked.